Prakash and Tripura's wedding is abruptly stopped when Harini arrives with the police and has Prakash arrested, revealing him as a fraud. Though Harini acts to save Tripura, she is misunderstood and blamed by everyone in the hostel. Isolated by the warden, she is forced to live separately and endure humiliation, hunger, and loneliness. Only Vaishnavi stands by her, supporting her through emotional struggles. Tripura, unable to accept the truth, curses Harini in anger. Despite everything, Harini remains strong, though deeply affected. During this difficult phase, Mahadev, an IPS officer, enters her life. He brings her unexpected happiness by celebrating her birthday and showing kindness, helping her momentarily forget her pain. However, due to strict hostel rules and fear of further trouble, Harini distances herself from Mahadev despite his growing feelings. Misunderstandings lead to conflict, but eventually Mahadev respects her boundaries and walks away. Months pass and Harini returns home to Chennai after exams. Reuniting with her loving parents brings her comfort, though she hides her struggles to protect them. Her father feels guilty for sending her away due to astrological beliefs, but Harini reassures him with love and gratitude. As she prepares to return to Hyderabad, her life remains filled with silent sacrifices, emotional strength, and unresolved relationships, showing her resilience despite constant hardships. "Hello, Daddy. How are you?" she said happily, stepping forward to hug him. But before she could reach him, he turned his face away, expression hard, and silently walked into his bedroom. He lay down on the bed without saying a word. Harini froze. She stood there, confused. What happened? Why did he go like that? She asked her mother. "Your father is tired. Don't disturb him. I've kept everything on the dining table. Eat and sleep," Gayatri said flatly. Harini stood there for a moment, trying to understand what was happening. Maybe they're really tired, she told herself. "I'll talk to them properly tomorrow." "Okay, good night, Dad." "Good night, Amma. We'll talk tomorrow." "Sleep well," she said softly toward their closed bedroom door. She ate quietly and went to bed, though something heavy had already settled inside her. The next morning, Prasad Rao was busy with some work. Harini, trying to bring back the old warmth, walked behind him silently and covered his eyes with her hands. "Guess who?" she teased lightly. "Hey," he shouted loudly, pulling her hands away. She stepped back in shock. "Do you still think you're a little child?" he snapped. "Go away." His tone was sharp, harsher than she had ever heard. It felt like something inside her cracked. Tears instantly filled her eyes. "Fine. From now on, I'll never talk to you," she said impulsively and ran to her room. She threw herself onto the bed, heart pounding. "Let him come and call me for lunch. Let him come and convince me. Only then I'll go," she decided stubbornly. The entire day she stayed inside her room. At some point, exhaustion overtook her and she fell asleep. When she opened her eyes, it was already 4 in the evening. "Oh God, how did I sleep like this?" she murmured. But deeper than that confusion was another question. What is happening? Her father had never spoken to her like that. Not once. Even if Gayatri scolded her, he would immediately defend her. Even on the rare occasions he raised his voice, he would come back within minutes and say, "Sorry, Kana," and gently pacify her. He could never stay angry with her. Then what was this now? What had changed? Unable to bear the distance, she walked slowly toward her father's room. He was there. She stood near him, gathering courage. "Dad, I'm sorry about this morning. It was my mistake. I didn't understand your mood and unnecessarily irritated you." She paused for a second. "But still, did you have to shout that loudly? I was really hurt." Her voice trembled. "Do you know how much I missed you these 2 years? How much my heart waited to see you? And you shouted at me like that." Her eyes filled. "Please, Dad, don't behave like that with me again," she requested softly. Prasad Rao listened, his face stiff, almost expressionless. He did not respond. He did not soften. Harini noticed that strange detachment in his expression. It hurt more than anger would have. She swallowed. "Anyway, I haven't eaten anything since morning. I'm very hungry. I'm going to eat now. Take care, Dad. And she walked away. But as she stepped out of his room, something inside her felt different. The air in the house felt heavier. For the first time in her life, Harini felt like a stranger in her own home. And the most painful part? She didn't even know why. The next morning, Prasad Rao finished his bath and dressed for the office. He adjusted his watch and reached for his bag. Just then, Harini walked toward him with a small, hopeful smile. "Happy birthday, Dad." "Wishing you many more happy returns," she said gently, placing a neatly wrapped gift in his hand. For a brief second, surprise crossed his face. "What is all this?" he asked. "Dad, did you forget that today is your birthday? When I was in the hostel, I saved a little from the money you used to send me. I visited so many shops before choosing this. I wanted to pick something that would truly surprise you, something that would make you happy." Her eyes searched his face. She was waiting. Waiting for that familiar smile. Waiting for that warmth. But instead, his expression darkened. "These days, you've already given me enough surprises. I don't need any more," he said coldly. And he tossed the gift aside. The sound of it hitting the floor echoed louder than it should have. Something broke inside her. This time, she couldn't remain silent. "Dad, I've been noticing this for days now. What is your problem? What happened to you? Why are you behaving like this? You've never been this rude to me before." Her voice trembled, not with fear, but with hurt. "I struggled to buy that gift for you. I saved every rupee. I thought you'd at least smile. And you just threw it away like it meant nothing. What mistake have I made? Tell me right now." Her eyes were red now. She wasn't pleading anymore. She was demanding the truth. Prasad Rao's face tightened. "You don't even realize the mistake you're making. That's how blind you've become," he snapped. Harini froze. "Blind? I'm making a mistake." She took a step closer. "Dad, please don't speak like that without explaining. I gave up my seat because you told me to. I went to another town to study because you said so. I stayed away from you and Mom for more than a year because you asked me to." Her voice cracked. "I did everything exactly the way you wanted. Even on days when I missed you terribly, when I wanted to hear your voice. I controlled myself because you told me to focus on my future." Tears rolled down freely now. "So tell me, what exactly is my mistake?" The room fell silent. But this silence was no longer emotional. It was dangerous. Prasad Rao didn't argue anymore. He walked silently to the cupboard. He opened it, took out a cover, and placed it into Harini's trembling hands. "These photographs came to me by courier," he said. "When your mother opened that cover and saw these pictures, she lost her temper." He paused. She said, "Whatever she has studied is enough. If this is what she's doing there, no need for further education. Go there immediately. Drag her back home if you have to." That day, there was a huge fight in this house. Harini stood frozen. Prasad continued. "But I supported you. I told her Harini is not that type of girl. This must be someone who hates her. Someone trying to defame her. Maybe even a prank. I defended you because the trust one had in your character was that strong." His voice hardened. "I trusted you more than anything. I trusted you more than even my own upbringing." His eyes turned sharp. "But you broke that trust, Harini." Harini's lips trembled. "Dad, I was going to tell you." "Shut up," he thundered. "Don't try to justify yourself. You will say these photos are fake, that they don't show the truth. I will not believe that." His voice rose. "Because I saw you with my own eyes. That day, when your mother and I came to receive you at the Chennai railway station, we saw everything." Harini's breath stopped. "You were hugging him. You kissed him in public." His voice was filled with humiliation. "Is this how I raised you?" The words shattered her. But what Prasad Rao did not know, what no one in that house knew, was the truth behind those photographs. Years ago, when Prakash was arrested, Tripura believed Harini was responsible. She believed Harini had ruined her marriage. She believed Harini had separated her from Prakash intentionally. And in that belief, revenge was born. Tripura didn't want to attack Harini directly. She wanted to break her mentally. And she knew Harini's biggest strength was also her biggest weakness. Her father. If she could break the bond between father and daughter, Harini would suffer more than any physical punishment. So she waited. She watched. She secretly took those photographs when Harini and Mahadev were sitting close, leaning toward a book, talking innocently. From certain angles, it looked intimate. That was enough. She couriered those pictures to her house. No name, no explanation, just destruction in an envelope. The plan worked. Trust cracked. Love turned into doubt. A daughter became a stranger. Hearing those words, Harini felt humiliated. She couldn't bear the weight of it. Without saying another word, she quietly walked away. A week ago, Harini had told Mahadev, "I'll call you in a week." But since then, there had been no message, no call, nothing. Unable to wait any longer, Mahadev finally called her. Harini's phone rang. My God, why is he calling now? If Dad sees this, it will become another issue, she panicked. She immediately cut the call. Mahadev frowned. Already disturbed by her silence, he called again. She cut it again. Again. And again. 5 times. Her fingers trembled as she was about to switch off the phone. Who is that? Prasad Rao's voice cut through the room. Why are you disconnecting the call again and again? And why does he keep calling? Before she could react, he snatched the phone from her hand. Harini stood frozen. I'm asking you. Who is calling? Who is this Mahadev? He demanded. Lowering her head, her voice barely audible, she replied. He's the one you saw with me at the railway station that day. Gayatri, confused, stepped forward. What is all this? What happened? Prasad turned toward her sharply. What happened? You're asking me what happened? Don't you have at least this much responsibility toward your daughter? That same boy is calling her now. Just then, the phone rang again. Mahadev. Gayatri looked at Harini. Gayatri took the phone from Harini's hand, received the call, and switched on the speaker. Hello, Harini? Mahadev's voice came through. Yes. Harini speaking. Tell me, she said hesitantly. What should I say? You told me you'd call in a week. This is the 11th day. I waited all these days thinking you would call. Not even a message. And now when I call, you keep cutting it. What's the problem? Fine, whatever it is, let's meet and talk in person. Tell them you're going to a friend's place and come to Marina Beach at 5 this evening, he said. The call ended. Gayatri looked at Harini with anger flashing in her eyes. Harini stood frozen in fear, her head lowered. The room fell into a deadly silence. Gayatri slowly turned toward Harini. Her eyes were blazing with humiliation and rage. Harini stood frozen, head lowered, fingers trembling. Suddenly, a loud slap echoed through the hall. Gayatri had struck her hard across the face. Before Harini could even steady herself, Gayatri grabbed her by the hair and pulled her violently. Before you went to the hostel, how many times did I warn you? She shouted. For your face, you need a boyfriend? Is this why we sent you away to study? The pain shot through Harini's scalp. She cried out loudly. Mother, please, leave my hair, it's hurting. Her voice broke as tears streamed uncontrollably. For the first time, she wasn't silent. She cried loudly, helplessly. Gayatri's grip did not loosen. Prasad Rao stepped forward. For a second, it seemed like he would stop it. But instead, his voice came out cold. Leave her. Gayatri paused. He continued. If the neighbors hear her crying like this, our reputation will be ruined. His words were sharper than the slap. From today, just assume she was never born. Assume she is dead. The world stopped for Harini. Dead? Her own father, the man who once couldn't stay angry with her for 5 minutes, was saying she was dead. The next morning, Prasad Rao and Gayatri were having breakfast at the dining table. Harini quietly came and sat beside them. Dad, I need to talk to you for a minute, she said softly. Prasad Rao did not respond. Why aren't you speaking to me at all? Please don't hate me. I agree I made a mistake. But if you completely stop talking to me, whom should I share my thoughts with? I have no intention of hiding anything from you. The person you saw with me at the railway station. His name is Mahadev. He is an assistant commissioner of police. He's a good person. If you agree, I'll ask him to come home this evening and speak to you. Because of me, he has been staying here for the past 2 weeks. Please, Dad, she requested sincerely. Before she could finish, Prasad Rao angrily flung the plate he was eating from. Hey, get out of here. Get the hell out of my sight, he shouted, grabbing her by the shoulder and pushing her aside. Harini lost her balance and fell to the floor. That was the breaking point. Shame on you. Are you even human? Do you have any conscience? Because you told me to, I gave up the seat I worked so hard to earn. I stayed in a hostel in Hyderabad and struggled so much. You don't see my sincerity. You only see the one mistake I made. I used to call you the hero of my life, but today I'm saying this. I've never seen anyone as selfish as you, she cried out. Those words struck Prasad Rao deeply. He suddenly went silent, his anger draining away. He slowly sat down on the nearby sofa, looking shaken. Why? What happened? Please get up, Gayatri said anxiously, rushing toward him. For a brief moment, everything in that house felt still, heavy with hurt, misunderstanding, and words that could not be taken back. After a few moments, Harini walked closer to her father. Dad, please forgive me. I said those words in anger. I'm really very sorry, she said, gently placing her hand on Prasad Rao's shoulder. He immediately pushed her hand away. Don't touch me. From today, there is no relationship between you and me. Live however you want. Go with that Mahadev. Don't ever speak to me again in this lifetime. Daddy, I'm sorry. Enough. Leave, he said firmly and walked away. Gayatri looked at Harini with disappointment and followed him without saying a word. For a few seconds, Harini stood there, unable to move. Then she slowly took out her phone and typed a message to Mahadev. Whatever happened has happened. Please forget me. My marriage has been fixed. Don't call me again. I'm changing my number. Please go back to Hyderabad. I'm sorry. She sent the message and switched off her phone. Mahadev stared at the message in shock. He never imagined Harini would end things like this. He called her again and again throughout the day, but each time the phone was switched off. Even after hearing the same recorded message repeatedly, he couldn't accept it. He kept dialing, hoping she would answer. That night, with a heavy heart, he boarded a bus back to Hyderabad. Not a moment passed without Mahadev thinking about Harini. And not a minute went by without Harini silently apologizing to him in her heart. Slowly, the happiness in both households began to fade. At home, whenever Harini came into the room, Prasad Rao would turn his face away as if he hadn't seen her. Gayatri behaved the same way. Harini tried several times to convince them. I've forgotten Mahadev. Let's go back to how we were before, she pleaded many times. But every attempt ended in arguments. A month passed like this. The warmth in the house had disappeared. Harini felt lost. What is happening to my life? Why are things changing like this? Why do I feel like a stranger in my own home? She wondered. One evening, she was sitting alone on a park bench, lost in thought. Suddenly, heavy rain began pouring down. People started running for shelter. Harini, too, got up to head home. Rain and hot pakodas, nothing beats that, Mary said cheerfully. Come, help me fry some. The two of them went into the kitchen and started making pakodas together. For the first time in many days, Harini felt a little lighter. Mary's presence eased her mind. They talked for hours. By the time Harini returned home, it was around 8 at night. As she stepped inside, she noticed Gayatri sitting on the sofa in the hall. Harini lowered her eyes and quietly walked toward her room. Harini, come here for a minute, Gayatri called out. Harini turned. Yes, Mom. Where are you coming from? I went to Mary's house. I'm coming from there, Harini replied calmly. Gayatri stood up and shut the main door firmly. Tell me the truth. Where are you coming from? I am telling the truth, Mom. I was at Mary's house. Don't try to act innocent. You went to meet that Mahadev, didn't you? Mom, I swear. I wasn't feeling well, so I was sitting in the park for some time. It started raining. When I was about to leave, Mary saw me and insisted that I come to her house. That's all, Harini explained helplessly. Gayatri's expression didn't change. If what you're saying is true, come to the puja room. She led Harini to the prayer room, lit the lamps, and stood facing her. Now, in front of God, swear and tell me, where are you coming from? Harini folded her hands. Before God, I swear, I did not go to meet Mahadev. I came from Mary's house. If I am lying, let me face the consequences, she said quietly, and then blew out the lamps as part of the oath. Gayatri studied her face for a long moment, searching for doubt or hesitation. She turned to walk away. Mom, even after this, won't you believe me? Harini asked, tears slipping down her cheeks. Her world shrank to her room and its four walls. The man she loved with all her heart, her father refused to accept him. Her parents barely spoke to her. She couldn't understand where her life was heading. These thoughts filled her mind 24 hours a day. Slowly, she began slipping into depression. It's been so long since I was truly happy, she thought. These days, all I see is pain. I don't know why, but today I feel even more restless about Mahadev. She went into the prayer room, lit the lamps, and prayed silently. God, I don't know why, but I feel something bad might happen regarding Mahadev. Please protect him. Don't let anything happen to him. Meanwhile, in Hyderabad, Mahadev, wake up. It's getting late, his mother said, gently shaking him. He didn't respond. It's already 9. Why are you still sleeping? She said, trying again. Normally, even if he was sleepy, he would at least turn or respond lazily. But today, no matter how much she shook him, he didn't move. He lay there completely still. A sense of fear crept into her heart. Come here quickly, she called out to her husband. He's not waking up. Please try. His father came hurriedly. Mahadev, what kind of sleep is this? Get up, he said, shaking him. Still no response. As his father's eyes scanned the room, they fell on the table beside the bed. There was an empty whiskey bottle lying there. He froze. Was Mahadev drinking? He asked in shock. Mahadev's father looked around the room once more, his anger rising. So, you've started new habits now, he shouted, and in a fit of rage, kicked Mahadev hard on his side. The force of the blow pushed Mahadev off the bed. He fell to the floor. Without stopping to think, his father continued hitting him with his feet. Born into a respectable Brahmin family, and you pick up such cheap habits, he scolded angrily. Mahadev's mother and younger sister rushed forward. Please stop. He'll die, his mother cried, her voice breaking as she tried to pull her husband back. Mahadev's sister screamed, Dad, stop. He won't die because he drank. He'll die because of your beating. Her sharp cry finally made him pause. She quickly helped her mother move their father away. Mom, he's not dead. Stop crying like someone has passed away, she said firmly, trying to control the situation. If you want to cry, go aside and cry. Let him breathe. Then she turned to Mahadev. I never thought you would fall this low, she said bitterly. Mahadev tried to speak, but she cut him off. I know everything. This is all because of that Harini, isn't it? She continued, her words pouring out in frustration. For some girl you met on the road, you've been torturing us for the past 2 months. If she truly loved you, she would have called you and said, my father is not agreeing. I don't know what to do. But she didn't. You had to take the initiative every time. She never once tried to explain anything. She used your goodness smartly. In a state that wasn't hers, she needed protection. She used you like a bodyguard. Now she has gone back to her home. She doesn't need you anymore. Remember one thing, even if she leaves you, betrays you, or marries someone else, all that is because of your kindness. If you hadn't risked your life to save her that day, she might have ended up in a brothel, being sold again and again. Does she have even a little gratitude for that? She ran a love track with you and then got ready to marry someone else. For such a characterless girl, will you ruin your happiness? If a girl like that becomes your wife, what guarantee is there that she won't be with someone else tomorrow? When someone selfish leaves you, why should you suffer? Be happy. Restart your life. Stop this drinking habit. Mom is breaking inside, even if she doesn't show it. Don't hurt them anymore. Her words were harsh, but they came from pain. Mahadev slowly got up, walked to his parents, and fell at their feet. Please forgive me. I will never drink again. I won't hurt you like this anymore, he said sincerely. From that day on, he stopped drinking. But inside, he continued to suffer silently. Outwardly, he acted normal, going about his routine as if nothing had happened. Days passed. Harini, why did you do this? He would think. You loved me for as long as I loved you, didn't you? Then how did you forget me so easily? For the man who gave you a second life, this is the gift you gave me? But still, I love you. Many more happy returns of the day. He smiled faintly to himself. It was Harini's birthday. By now, her future husband must have given her a gift. Maybe they've planned a nice dinner tonight, he thought, letting out a quiet sigh. Meanwhile, Harini sat alone in her room. Today is my birthday, and Mom and Dad didn't even remember, she thought. Despite everything, she had hoped that at least on her birthday, they would wish her. But the day passed like any other. They saw her and still turned their faces away. When even my own parents feel irritated looking at me, what is the point of this birthday? She wondered and went back to her room. She sat on her bed, staring into nothingness. God, how much longer will you test me like this? She whispered. As she sat there, lost in thought, memories from the past slowly began to return to her mind. When Harini was studying in the 11th grade, there was a day that quietly changed something inside her. That afternoon, she returned home from school. Usually, she would enter the house with noise, energy, and endless chatter. Her presence would fill the house. But that day was different. She walked in slowly. Her steps were heavy. She did not call out to her mother. She did not throw her bag playfully. She silently changed her clothes and walked straight into her room. She lay down on her bed and pulled the blanket over herself, covering herself completely from head to toe, as though she wanted to disappear from the world outside, as though she did not want anyone to see her face. From the kitchen, her mother Gayatri noticed the unusual silence. The house felt different. There was no laughter, no cheerful humming. Something was wrong. Harini, why are you lying down? Come and eat, Gayatri called gently. From inside the blanket came a muffled voice, weak and drained. I'm not hungry. I'll eat later. There was something in that voice, not just lack of hunger, but emotional exhaustion. Are you feeling okay? Her mother asked with concern. I'm fine, Mom. Please, just leave me alone for some time. Harini replied, slightly irritated, but beneath that irritation was deep hurt. Gayatri paused. She sensed something was not right, but she did not push further. All right. Eat whenever you feel hungry, she said and walked away. At around 5 in the evening, Prasad returned home from work. After freshening up, he asked casually, Hasn't Harini come home yet? She came an hour ago. Didn't you see her? Gayatri replied. She's home? Then where is all the noise? Where is the mischief? Where is my golden girl? He said playfully, walking toward her bedroom. When he entered, he saw her lying still under the blanket. Why is she lying like this? Is she unwell? He asked softly. She's been like that since she came home. I asked her what happened, but she isn't saying anything, Gayatri answered. Prasad Rao slowly lifted the blanket near her face. Her eyes were tightly shut, but from the corners of her closed eyes, tears had escaped and traced silent lines down her cheeks. His heart tightened. Hey, what happened? He asked gently. Quickly, she pulled the blanket back over her face and turned away. Nothing happened, she replied. Then why are you like this? Did you eat? He asked. She hasn't eaten anything since she came home, Gayatri said. Suddenly, Harini sat up. Her voice trembled as she tried to swallow her tears. If someone says something, what does it matter? If I'm happy or not, what difference does it make? I'm not important to anyone. Prasad Rao sat beside her. Why would you think like that? Am I not your friend? If you're unhappy, how can I be happy? Share your pain with me. If there's a solution, I'll help you, he said. There was fatherly love in his voice, but also the warmth of a true friend. Harini took a deep breath and spoke. You know, Preeti and I are best friends. Recently, Priyanka joined our class. She came between us and told Preeti that I was speaking badly about her. Preeti believed her. She separated us. Now the two of them go to school together and come back together. Today is Preeti's birthday. She invited everyone except me. The party is at 5 o'clock. By the time she finished, her heart felt like it had cracked open. Prasad Rao gently stroked her head. That's it? At most, you'll all be together for a year. After that, everyone goes their own way. Why do you need such people in your life? People who believe gossip. Harini lowered her head. The pain was still there, but his words eased it slightly. No matter who becomes your friend or who leaves you, I will always remain your friend. I won't let you be unhappy. So, what if they're having a party without you? Come on, let's enjoy twice as much as they are, he said. A small smile slowly appeared on her face. The three of them went for a long drive. They played music. They laughed. They talked. Around 8 o'clock, they had dinner at a restaurant. For those few hours, Harini genuinely forgot her pain. On their way back home, heavy rain began pouring down. In the headlights of the car, they noticed two girls standing on the roadside, drenched and shivering in the rain. Daddy, that's Preeti and Priyanka, Harini said in surprise. Prasad Rao slowed the car. Immediately Gayatri said, There's no need to help them. They hurt our daughter and had a party without inviting her. Let them experience it. Prasad Rao looked at her calmly. Gayatri, they're children. If they make a mistake, we should correct them. We shouldn't behave the same way they did. Then he turned to Harini. The choice is yours. Should we let them into the car or not? It was a big moment for her. After thinking for a few seconds, she said, Their parents will be worried. There are no autos in this rain. Let's drop them home. Very good. That's my Harini, he said proudly. They stopped the car. Hey Preeti, Priyanka, you're getting drenched. Get into the car, Harini called out. The two girls looked at each other, embarrassed and hesitant. But with no other option, they got into the car. The next evening, when Prasad Rao returned home, Harini ran to him and hugged him tightly. You are the best dad in the whole world. I really love you, Daddy. He smiled. You seem very happy today. What's the reason? Today, Preeti said sorry to me. She sat beside me. We came home together. Everything is normal again. It's all because of you, Daddy. Thank you so much. Prasad Rao smiled gently. Forgiveness and patience. If you have these two, any relationship can last till the end. Inside her heart, Harini thought, You said patience can solve misunderstandings. I'm waiting for the day when misunderstandings between us will also disappear. As days passed, not every problem in life was that easy to solve. Hard times come to everyone. Harini tried to tell herself to be strong. She tried to control her depression and sadness. But suppressing her pain and constantly managing her emotions caused immense stress. Slowly, it began affecting her health. One day, Gayatri was busy in her room. Harini stood hesitantly at the door. Mom, she called softly. What? Gayatri responded, slightly irritated. I feel very weak. My whole body aches. My vision is going dark. Can you please come and see? She said helplessly. There's nothing wrong with you. Take some rest, Gayatri replied without even turning back. I haven't been feeling well since yesterday. Can you give me some tablet? Harini asked again, her voice breaking. Harini, don't irritate me. Don't try to seek attention. Your father will be home soon. If he sees you like this, his mood will get spoiled. Please go. Those words hurt deeply. Realizing her helplessness was unnoticed, Harini quietly went back to her room and lay down on her bed. A little later, the doorbell rang. Gayatri opened the door. Prasad Rao was standing there with another man. Gayatri, this is Ravindra, my college friend. He also attended our wedding. In 1992, he got transferred to Himachal Pradesh. We met again now after many years, Prasad Rao said, introducing him. Next month is my daughter's wedding. I came personally to invite every member of your family by name, Ravindra said warmly, placing the wedding invitation card into Gayatri's hands. Oh, That's wonderful news. We will definitely come, Gayatri replied politely. Ravindra then smiled and asked casually, You must also have a daughter, right? By now she must have grown up so much. Call her once, let me see her. Our daughter is not in this town. She is in Hyderabad, came the reply. Ravindra looked slightly puzzled. Oh? Then who is the girl lying in the bedroom? Prasad Rao said casually, She is my distant relative's daughter. She came here to write the RRB exam. He said it as if it were nothing important. Hearing those words, Gayatri's heart felt hurt. Yes, I am angry about what Harini did. I admit that. But is that a reason to introduce your own daughter like a stranger? Gayatri thought to herself, feeling deeply upset. The next morning, it was around 9 o'clock. For some reason, Gayatri had to go to Harini's room. When she opened the door, she saw Harini shivering under the blanket. My God, she has a very high fever, Gayatri thought in shock. She was about to go closer to check on her. Just then Prasad Rao's voice came from the hall. Gayatri, come quickly, I'm waiting. Gayatri froze. If he sees me here in this room, it will end in another big argument, she thought. Even though her heart didn't agree, she quietly left the room and went with Prasad Rao to the hospital. On the way, guilt started troubling her. I made a mistake. I should have told him that Harini had a fever. Poor girl. I wonder how she is now. She remembered how helplessly Harini had pleaded with her the previous day. Thinking about it, Gayatri's eyes filled with tears. Whatever it is, I'll go home immediately, she decided in her mind. Just then someone called out to her. Hey Gayatri, your daughter was brought to the hospital by your housemaid. She fainted. It was one of Gayatri's colleagues. Hearing this, Gayatri immediately ran toward the general ward. What happened? She asked anxiously. The housemaid from their kitchen was standing there. What happened? Gayatri asked again. Her colleague looked at her seriously. Why are you asking me what happened? Don't you know? She is extremely weak. Her BP is very low. How did you let her condition become this bad without taking care? Anyway, at least from now on, be careful. She will regain consciousness in about an hour. I've put her on saline. There was clear reprimand in her voice. Gayatri thanked the neighbors who had helped bring Harini to the hospital and sent them back with gratitude. After about an hour, Harini slowly regained consciousness. Why am I here? She asked weakly. A minute later, the blur in her vision cleared. And then, she saw her mother sitting beside her. For a moment, she couldn't believe it. For the past 3 months, Gayatri's eyes had looked at her with stiffness, distance, suppressed anger. But today, those same eyes were filled with concern, with pity, with visible pain. Harini noticed that change immediately. Gayatri stood up gently. I'll bring you something to eat. Just then, Harini quickly held her mother's hand. Wait, stay here for some time, she said softly. And suddenly, she hugged her mother tightly and burst into tears. Did you have to wait until I came this close, for you to feel pity for me? She cried. Gayatri stroked her back gently. Don't cry, Harini. Everything will become normal again, she said softly, comforting her. After a few moments, Harini slowly stopped crying. You talking to me like this? Feels like a dream, she said, wiping her tears. There was so much longing in that sentence. After a pause, Gayatri spoke carefully. You're always very careful in everything, aren't you? Then why did you behave like that at the railway station? Who is the person in that photograph? Harini lowered her head. She didn't know what to answer. She didn't know how to explain. The question weighed heavily on her heart. Gayatri noticed her discomfort. All right, don't stress yourself unnecessarily. Only tell me if you feel like telling me. Otherwise, don't. There is no force. Her voice this time was not harsh. It was calm, soft, almost afraid of pushing too much. No, it's not like that. When I was studying in the hostel, I became friends with a girl named Tripura. She was in love with a man named Prakash. But Prakash was a huge fraud. He would trap innocent girls, cheat them, and sell them into brothels for money. That was his business. I tried so many times to save Tripura from his trap. I did everything I could. I warned her again and again. I begged her to stay away from him. But she looked at me like I was her enemy. She thought I was trying to snatch Prakash away from her. She believed I was falsely accusing him out of jealousy. Every single day there would be arguments. Every single day there would be tension. In that entire hostel, except for one girl named Vaishnavi, no one spoke on my side. Only Vaishnavi stood with me. Once, Tripura even made a plan to secretly marry Prakash and run away to Goa with him. I somehow came to know about it in time. Before the marriage could happen, I got Prakash arrested. From that day onwards, the hostel turned into hell for me. The fights increased. The hatred increased. Every day felt like punishment. The hostel warden shifted me into a small room near the staircase. It was tiny. There was no ventilation. Even during the daytime, I had to switch on the lights because no sunlight entered inside. All the hostel girls supported Tripura. They believed I was doing all this because I loved Prakash. They completely boycotted me. No one spoke to me. No one sat near me. No one even looked at me normally. Only Vaishnavi stayed with me till the end. Through her, I was introduced to Mahadev. And I don't know why, from the very first meeting, I felt something good about him. The way he talked, the way he behaved, he used to make me laugh so much. After living in constant hostility, that laughter felt like relief. We started meeting every day, slowly, unknowingly. I almost fell deeply in love with him. Then one more thing happened. Do you remember I came home once and then went back again? When I was in Hyderabad while returning. Prakash's gang kidnapped me. They took me to a remote place. They tortured me brutally. They were planning to sell me to Dubai. At the right time, Mahadev came. He saved me. If today I am standing in front of you, alive, even in this condition, it is only because of Mahadev. After that incident, we started meeting every day again. We talked. We shared everything. We started loving each other. At the railway station, he proposed to me. I wanted to tell both of you about our love. I truly wanted to share it with you honestly. But after that, whatever happened, you already know. Gayatri sat there stunned. She did not know how to react. What she had just heard was beyond imagination, beyond what she had ever suspected. Harini never wanted to cheat them. She genuinely wanted to tell them about her love. But from the moment she came home, they had behaved as if her presence was a burden. Not once had they spoken to her with affection. Gayatri's heart filled with regret. I made a big mistake, she thought. I only looked at the situation from his point of view. I never tried to see how much my daughter was suffering. She realized she had failed to notice the depth of Harini's pain. But even now, it was not too late. I will never let her stay alone again. I will not allow her to sink into depression. I will not let her feel unwanted. From that day onward, Gayatri changed. She started spending time with Harini. Whenever she found time, they would sit and talk for hours. They went shopping together. They went to movies together. They laughed together. Their bond grew stronger than before. Not just mother and daughter, but friends. And slowly, the shadow of depression that had surrounded Harini began to fade, little by little. Look, Gayatri, tomorrow the wedding is at 11. We are leaving at 8 in the morning. Wake up a little early and take care of all the work. You've packed all the saris you need, right? There shouldn't be any last-minute rush tomorrow, he said. Gayatri nodded. Yes, I've already packed my things. Only Harini's dresses are left. I still need to pack those, she replied. Prasad Rao looked at her in surprise. Why Harini's dresses? Is she coming with us? He asked. Gayatri hesitated for a moment. What do you mean? Of course she should come. How long can we keep her locked inside the house like this? She said quietly. Prasad Rao frowned. She can stay here. There's no need for her to come, he said firmly. Oh, this is too much. Are you still sitting with anger in your heart? It's been 4 months. Won't you let go of that stubbornness yet? She asked. Look, don't argue unnecessarily. I'm happy that I'm going to my friend's wedding tomorrow. Don't bring that topic up and spoil it, he replied firmly. Gayatri was about to say something more when Harini called out, Mom, can you come here for a minute? Yes, what is it? Mom, I'm not coming to the wedding. What? Why? With her head bent down, Harini replied softly, "I don't feel comfortable going out like this." Gayatri was about to respond, but Harini gently stopped her. "Mom, please, don't stretch this topic. It's very uncomfortable for me." Gayatri looked at her with concern. "What happened?" Harini hesitated for a moment. "I got my period today. I'm having a lot of stomach pain. I don't feel comfortable going out or sitting through a wedding," she said quietly. "Anyway, you both go and attend the wedding and come back tomorrow. I'll be fine here." And saying that, she walked away. Harini knew very well that if Gayatri brought up the topic of taking her along to the wedding, it would only create tension between her parents. She also knew that Prasad Rao would not like it. Anticipating that situation, she spoke that way to her mother. The next day, after her parents left for the wedding, Harini noticed that her father's rack was not neatly arranged. She decided to tidy it up. While arranging things, she found an old diary. "Dad's diary?" she murmured in surprise. She immediately forgot the work she was doing and began reading it with great interest. Inside, Prasad Rao had written, "June 5th, 19, Vijayawada. Today my mother called and told me that I've been blessed with a baby girl. She said both the mother and the child are safe. I wanted to go immediately and see Gayatri and my daughter. But because of my work, I had to remain in Assam. Strangely, ever since my daughter was born, good things have started happening in our lives. The property case that had been going on in court for years, the judgment finally came in our favor. Around the same time, I also received my appointment letter as a flying officer. Slowly, step by step, we began to grow financially and move forward in life. For the naming ceremony, Gayatri, my mother-in-law, and I went to meet the astrologer, Amarnath Siddhanti. After looking at the baby's birth star, he said, "The girl's birth star is extremely auspicious. Wherever she stays, prosperity will flourish. According to her horoscope, it would be very good to name her Lakshmi." At first, we thought of naming her Lakshmi Prasanna, but Gayatri immediately objected. "That name sounds very old-fashioned. In the future, people might make fun of her if we give such a name." "I don't like it," she said. Soon a small argument started between them. Then I stepped in and said, "Mother, what Siddhanti said is true. Our daughter is truly the form of goddess Lakshmi herself. Otherwise, how could the court case that was almost lost suddenly turn in our favor? And how could I receive my appointment letter the very next day? But if we name her Lakshmi, maybe people might tease her later," I added with a smile. "So I have another suggestion. Since Lakshmi is the consort of Lord Vishnu, why don't we give her a name connected to Vishnu? Let's name her Harini." Both of them liked the name immediately. And on the day of the naming ceremony, we named our daughter Harini. Harini is a very intelligent child. She listens carefully to whatever we say. If we ask her to bring something from the next room, she walks with her tiny little steps, trying her best to carry it. Sometimes she takes 2 steps and falls down, but she gets up again and still brings what we asked for. She loves me very much. Whenever I return home from the office, she runs around the house shouting happily, "Daddy has come! Daddy has come!" Because of Harini, our house is always filled with joy and laughter. Harini is a gift from God. I love my daughter. When Harini finished reading those words, she could not stop her tears. If Dad loves me this much, why is he hurting me so much now, she thought. "Dad, you could at least talk to me," she whispered, breaking down in tears. Just then, someone knocked on the door. Harini walked over and opened it. Standing outside was Vaishnavi. "Oh my God, Vashu!" Harini exclaimed with excitement and immediately hugged her tightly. What a surprise! After 4 months. Holding her hand affectionately, Harini pulled her inside and made her sit on the sofa. "So tell me, what's the news?" Vaishnavi smiled and took a wedding card out of her handbag. "Next month, on the 5th, my wedding is fixed. I came personally to invite you," she said, handing the card to Harini. "Wow! Congratulations, Vashu!" Harini said happily and hugged her again. "I'm so happy for you," she added, quietly wiping the moisture from her eyes. "Okay, now tell me about the groom." They're to millions settled here. He works in the USA as a software engineer at Infosys, Vaishnavi replied. The two friends kept chatting and laughing for a long time. As the conversation continued, Vaishnavi suddenly said, "Actually, I wanted to invite you for the engagement too. But your phone is always switched off. And you've even deactivated your Facebook account." She shook her head. "I even thought of posting the invitation to your house, but honestly, I wasn't even sure whether you were alive or what. So I decided to come and give it to you personally." Harini didn't know how to respond. She simply smiled faintly. "Anyway, my wedding is on the 5th. You should come here by the 3rd itself," Vaishnavi said before leaving. Days passed. Finally, the wedding day arrived. Harini went straight to the bride's room. "Mom, this is Harini," Vaishnavi introduced her. "Oh, so you're Harini?" her mother said warmly. "My daughter talks about you all the time." Throughout the wedding, Harini stayed by Vaishnavi's side. She kept teasing her, running around helping with arrangements, assisting with small tasks, and making sure everything was going smoothly. Seeing the two friends together, Vaishnavi's mother smiled with affection. Inside the room, Harini and Vaishnavi were chatting when suddenly Vaishnavi's mother-in-law and father-in-law walked in. "Hello, Auntie," Harini greeted respectfully. "Hello, dear. Are you Vaishnavi's friend?" "Yes, Auntie. We were hostel roommates as well." "Oh, is that so? Did your parents also come for the wedding?" "No, Auntie. I came alone." "You're not married yet?" "Oh no, not yet," Harini replied with a smile. "Is your father looking for matches for you?" Harini just gave a small smile in response. "Do you smile like this for everything?" "Even at home?" she asked, lightly pinching Harini's cheeks. "Actually, your uncle and I were thinking of talking to your father. Can you give us your home address?" "For what, Auntie?" Harini asked politely. "There's nothing indirect about it, dear. You look very graceful and well-mannered. Anyone can tell you're a good girl just by looking at you. We were thinking, if you don't mind, of getting you married to our second son. He works as a software engineer at Google." Before she could continue, "Sorry, Auntie. I already love someone. I've decided that I will marry only him," Harini said calmly. Vaishnavi was shocked hearing this. "Oh, you're already in love? Don't misunderstand me, dear. I just asked without knowing," Vaishnavi's mother-in-law said. "It's okay, Auntie," Harini replied politely with a soft smile. Sensing it wasn't appropriate to stay longer, Vaishnavi's mother-in-law and father-in-law left the room. The moment they left, "You traitor! You're in love and you hid it from me? Don't talk to me anymore," Vaishnavi said dramatically, pretending to be angry. "It's not like that," Harini began. "Shut up. First tell me your love story. You share every small thing with me and you thought you'd hide this? Who is that hero?" Harini paused for a second. "Mahadev," she answered. Vaishnavi's eyes widened. "What? You both carried on such a big story behind my back? And here I was, innocently believing you were just friends. How could you hide something like this from me? Were you both meeting regularly in Hyderabad without telling me?" No, it's not like that. I didn't hide anything intentionally. We actually proposed to each other at the Chennai railway station. And from that very day, my problems began." "What happened?" "That hero suddenly kissed me on my lips and hugged me. And unfortunately, my parents saw everything." Vaishnavi gasped. "From that day, both my parents stopped talking to me. Recently, Mom has started speaking a little, but Dad, he still hasn't forgiven me. Whenever he sees me, he just turns his face away. It's been 4 months since he spoke to me properly. I tried bringing up Mahadev's topic 2 or 3 times in front of Dad, but every time it turned into a huge argument at home. I don't want my parents to feel insecure about me or think I'm hiding anything. That's why I keep my mobile switched off most of the time. I don't even go up to the terrace without informing them. Honestly, I don't even know where my life is heading anymore." After hearing all this, Vaishnavi sighed deeply. "All right, what's done is done. But what are you planning to do now?" "I honestly don't know," Harini said helplessly. "Do you remember the Tripura situation? You suffered like this even then. Nobody spoke to you. From the girls to the warden, everyone boycotted you. But did that last forever? No, right? Once the truth came out, everyone respected you. This feels like the same kind of situation. Right now, your parents are misunderstanding you. All the wedding rituals were completed, and everyone eventually returned to their respective homes. On that same day, Prasad had to leave town for official work. As Gayatri was seeing him off, Harini stepped in front of him. "Dad, I'm also at home, right? You could at least tell me that you're leaving town. Earlier, even if I was asleep, you would wake me up just to say goodbye. What happened now?" Prasad said nothing. He simply turned his face away and started walking toward the gate. Before he could step out, Harini rushed ahead, locked the main gate, and stood blocking the doorway. "I need to clear a few things with you. Until then, I won't let you leave," she said firmly. "Harini, move aside," he said coldly. "Please, Dad, just listen to me. I only need a minute. Just 1 minute to talk to you," she pleaded. But Prasad still refused to look at her. "Dad, please don't treat me like this. We used to be so close, so open with each other." "I want things to go back to the way they were," she said, her voice trembling. "I can't, Harini," he replied flatly. "I cannot erase from my mind the scene of you kissing him. And on top of that, you shouted at me asking if I was even human. I cannot forget that. The daughter I raised with so many values, how could she stoop so low as to behave like that with some man? With all this in my mind, how do you expect me to act normal with you? Dad, if he kissed me, what could I do?" Harini cried, covering her face. "Compared to his strength, what is my strength? Why are you blaming only me?" "Oh? So he kissed you without your consent?" Prasad said bitterly. "If you hadn't encouraged him, would he dare to do something like that?" He paused, his voice turning harsher. "Listen carefully, Harini. The love I once had for you is slowly turning into disgust. Even if you died right now, I wouldn't shed a tear. Go with him. Whether you keep kissing him or spend your nights with him, that's your choice." Those words shattered Harini's heart. It felt as though 1,000 knives were piercing her body at once. "Harini, do you even have sense? Stopping a man who is leaving town and creating a scene like this? Don't you know when and what to speak?" "Go inside," Gayatri said firmly, pushing her daughter gently toward the house. Then she turned to Prasad Rao. "You may be her father. She may have made a mistake. But that doesn't give you the right to speak to a grown daughter like that," she said, her voice trembling with restrained anger. Prasad Rao didn't argue. For a moment he simply stood there, avoiding her eyes. Then, without a word, he walked away. Inside the house, Harini had already collapsed onto the bed. Her chest ached from crying. The humiliation, her father's words, kept echoing in her ears. At some point, exhausted from the storm of emotions, she fell into a restless sleep. "Harini, wake up. It's already 8 at night. Don't sleep on an empty stomach," Gayatri said softly, shaking her shoulder. Harini slowly sat up. Her eyes were swollen from crying. "Here, eat something," Gayatri said, placing a plate in her hands. Harini kept her head down. She couldn't even gather the courage to look at her mother. Gayatri noticed the silence. "It's all right. Don't take it so deeply," she said gently. "I'm also seeing this side of your father for the first time. In 25 years, I've never seen him this stubborn. You tried your best to explain. It didn't work. Now, leave the rest to God." Harini remained silent, staring at the food without touching it. That day was Monday. Every Monday, Mahadev makes it a point to visit the Shiva temple without fail. That Monday, too, he went to the temple and offered his prayers to Lord Shiva with deep devotion. He performed Abhisheka with Panchamritas, offered different kinds of flowers, wood apple leaves, incense, lamps, offerings, and completed the ritual with reverence. Standing before the deity, Mahadev folded his hands and closed his eyes. "Swami, I don't even know what to ask from you anymore," he said quietly. "Everything feels finished. By now, she must already be married. I cannot imagine another girl in my life. You alone have to show me a way forward." After saying that, he turned and began walking away from the temple. Just then, he heard someone call out, "Hey, Mahadev." He turned back. It was Vaishnavi. "Oh, Vashu. What a surprise. What are you doing here? Mahadev asked. My story is fine, Vaishnavi said playfully. But what are you doing here? You come to temples also. She teased him with a smile. Oh, come on, Vaishnavi, Mahadev replied. I come here every Monday and offer prayers to Lord Shiva. He's our family deity. That's why my parents named me Mahadev. Okay, Vaishnavi laughed. But tell me something, why didn't you come to my wedding? I even sent you the invitation card. I'm sorry, Vaishnavi. I've been extremely busy. I truly didn't know about your wedding. I'm really sorry. Well, everyone I knew came to the wedding, Vaishnavi said casually. Even Harini came. Only you were missing. The moment Mahadev heard Harini's name, his heart skipped a beat. Harini came, he asked slowly. Of course. Without Harini, how would my wedding even be complete? Vaishnavi laughed. In fact, she became the main attraction of the wedding. My aunt even asked about getting her married to her younger son. She was about to continue, but Mahadev quickly changed the topic. So, did your husband also come to the temple? If he's here, you should introduce him to me. No, he didn't come. I came alone, Vaishnavi replied. Next week we have a family get-together in Chennai. You must come. I'll introduce you to him there. Then she asked, So, will you come? No, I won't, Mahadev replied firmly. Why? Vaishnavi asked, looking directly into his eyes. I don't want to. But why? Because you would definitely invite that betrayer too, Mahadev said bitterly. And I don't want to see her face. Who are you talking about? Vaishnavi asked, confused. Who else? Harini. My God, Mahadev. Vaishnavi exclaimed. What are you saying? Why are you using such harsh words for her? You don't know the truth, Vaishnavi, Mahadev said. We proposed to each other. She said she would call me after a week. 1 week passed. Then 2 weeks. But I never received a single call from her. Whenever I tried calling, she would cut my calls. And then one day, I got a message from her saying her marriage was fixed and that I should forget her. After seeing that message, I came back to Hyderabad. Because of her, I even developed a drinking habit. My family forced me to quit. There isn't a moment when I don't think about her. Not a single minute passes without wanting to talk to her. I'm suffering mentally because of her. While she is happily preparing to marry someone else. She isn't as good as you think, Mahadev said bitterly. Wrong, Mahadev, Vaishnavi said firmly. You are completely misunderstanding Harini. Misunderstanding? No, now I'm understanding everything clearly, Mahadev replied angrily. My pain will definitely catch up with her someday. Let's see how she escapes it. Even if the prayers I offered to Lord Shiva turn into a curse upon her. I don't care. Mahadev, please, don't talk like a madman, Vaishnavi said seriously. She's already suffering enough. What suffering? Mahadev asked. Because of you. Mahadev was stunned. Me? Yes. You. At the railway station, you kissed her like some Hollywood hero. Unfortunately, her father saw it. From that day, he stopped speaking to her completely. Even after 4 months, he still looks at her with disgust, as if she's done something unforgivable. Mahadev stood frozen. Do you even think before acting, Mahadev? Vaishnavi continued. When someone cuts your call, you should wait for some time. You should give them space. Or wait until they call you back. But what did you do that day? You kept calling her again and again without stopping. She had told her parents she was going to a friend's house, but the truth about meeting you at Marina Beach came out. Your calls were heard on speaker. That day there was a huge fight in her house. You only think about your emotions. You never stop to think what situation she might be in. That day too, you shouted at her in front of everyone at the park just because she was avoiding you. Still, she politely tried to explain her situation to you. If I had been in her place, I would have knocked your teeth out, police officer or not. And you're calling her a betrayer? Because of you, she is going through so much pain. She even lied to you saying her marriage was fixed, only so that you would hate her and move on with your life. She thought you would forget her and marry someone else. She's that innocent. And here you are, cursing her. Mahadev stood speechless. So, Harini's marriage is not fixed, he asked slowly. Her father can't even stand the sight of her right now, Vaishnavi said. How do you think they will start looking for marriage alliances? I've told you the truth. Now it's up to you whether you believe it or go jump into a river. Hearing all this, Mahadev suddenly felt an overwhelming surge of happiness. After 4 long months, this was the first moment he felt hope again. Vashu, I need to see her. I must meet her immediately, he said. Vaishnavi nodded. Next week in Chennai, at the Raintree Hotel, both our families are having a get-together party. You come there. I'll arrange for you to meet Harini. After that, whatever happens will be God's decision. Meanwhile, Prasad Rao kept feeling guilty about the harsh words he had spoken in anger. After finishing his camp work, he decided to visit the village he had left 25 years ago. What was really the issue in Harini's horoscope? Even though she got a good rank in the CAT exam and secured a seat in a good college in Chennai, why did he ask her to give up that seat? Why did he raise her away from co-education and keep her distant from boys since childhood? And why did Prasad Rao react more strongly than other fathers when he came to know about her love for Mahadev? The answers to all these questions would be revealed later. The day of the get-together arranged by Vaishnavi's relatives finally arrived. Harini, I forgot my phone in the upstairs room. Can you bring it? Vaishnavi asked. Okay, Harini said and went upstairs. There was no one upstairs. Everyone was downstairs at the party. Harini couldn't find the phone anywhere. As she was about to go back down, she heard someone call her name. Harini. She stopped and turned around. It was Mahadev. Seeing him, Harini was completely speechless.